Now, the smash hit musical The Bodyguard is heading back out on a UK tour. It comes to Belfast's Grand Opera House from the 25th until the 30th of September. And I'm pleased to say that the lady who's playing the part of Rachel Marron, the Whitney Houston part in the film, she joins us now on the line. Emily Williams, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Very well, thank you. So I know we join you right in the middle of rehearsals for the Bodyguard tour at the minute. Things must be crazy.
I am, absolutely. Just obviously making sure that my body and my mind is in the right place for it. Getting ready, obviously, to dive into the character of Rachel Marron. So to dive into that character, you have to be fit. You have to be spiritually connected, physically and mentally. So yes, she is definitely preparing for the role.
Now, when you look down the list of songs featured in this musical, they're all massive numbers, aren't they?
Oh my God, babe, you're telling me. Like, tell me one song in that list that you don't know.
Exactly. So when it comes to The Bodyguard, people know all the songs. They're big fans of the movie as well. So actually, there is a lot of pressure on you, isn't there?
There is a lot of pressure on me. I think there's a lot of pressure on any person that plays Rachel Marron. Obviously, because of the original artist, Miss Whitney, played it and she done the album for it. You have to have some big kahunas to be able to fit into those shoes, because that's not an easy thing, I will say that.
And what about Whitney Houston? She must have been a massive influence on your career.
Absolutely. What artist was she not? Like, she's every female singer that I know, especially of my generation, they were definitely highly Whitney fans, and I feel like if she wasn't there around our generation, we wouldn't sing the way we do. So she's definitely a huge inspo.
Now, Whitney's musical roots started with gospel music, and that's something with your music roots started as well, back in the kind of gospel tradition, didn't it?
Yes, I learned to sing at the age of 5. I was thrown on stage by my father. He was a evangelist at the time for a particular church, and he asked me to go and sing, and I said no. So he forced me up there, and I guess that's where it all started for me, at the age of 5, on a church stage, really.
And of course, you went on to do Australian Idol. That must have been something that was very good to do.
Oh my gosh, I will remember that for the rest of my life. Like, that's probably one of the biggest, for me, it's a huge highlight because it wasn't an entry into this industry. Also being at the time, like a young mum at the time, and being thrown on a stage, a renowned stage at that age, was a huge experience for me that I will never ever forget.
Now, when you got the Australian Idol gig, you were working as a forklift truck driver, weren't you?
Yes, honey. She was making that coin. Yes, she was, darling. She was working as a forklift driver. She was loving her job. She thought that was it at the time, because in Australia, when you work, graveyard shifts, you get some good coin. So I thought I was living the best life ever. And then I went and auditioned, and the rest is history, really.
Now, what about playing a part like Rachel Marron? This must be the ultimate dream job, is it?
I'm sure there's a lot of girls here in the UK that would love to play this part, or, love to sing Whitney. And but no, they were pretty adamant. They were like, no, we want you. I was like, oh, okay, I hope you're ready. Because I'm a whole lot of character.
Exactly. Now, what about a favourite part of the show? What's yours?
My favourite part of the show, besides kissing Frank, would probably be the parts as I think the vulnerable parts that people get to see with Rachel is my favourite parts to play, because obviously on the movie you can tell Whitney's a bit of a diva. So I had to really find some parts in the story where she felt a little more bit real, and people could identify with her somehow.
What about a favourite song in the show then?
You know what? You're gonna laugh at me, but I love singing them more. But my favourite song is actually the song that I don't sing. It's Nikki Marron actually, my sister on the show actually gets to sing my favorite song, which is Saving All My Love. I love that song so much. Because I tour Australia, and that's one of my favorite songs, one of the songs that I choose out of the Whitney repertoire to sing. And every time I hear, her name is Emily May, it was her birthday yesterday. Every time I hear her singing it, she just does it so beautifully. And I'm just like, man, I miss singing that song.
Now, I was going to ask you as well to give us some advice for any performers out there who would love to do what you're doing today. And then I read on your Instagram a quote that you had. We actually said that you're still learning yourself every day.
Absolutely. I have students in Australia, and the one thing that I always tell them all is remember to remain a student. Because the day that you think you know everything is the day that you've lost. You know, be teachable, because there's many things that we need to learn as human beings in general. So honestly, my advice to anyone that wants to follow in these footsteps, or, you know, is looking to come into the industry, is to, one, be yourself, remain a student, stay hungry, and just learn your craft. Just continue to learn your craft. Don't ever give up because you got to know like 100 times. You have to keep going, keep auditioning, because that part that's supposed to be yours will come to you. It's just all about timing, honey. All about timing.
Well, Emily, it's been great talking to you. The best of luck with the Bodyguard tour, and we look forward to seeing it when it opens in Belfast on the 25th of September. Thank you for joining us.
I will. Thank you so much. I hope I get to see you in Belfast too, babes.